Right, today's the 1st of July 2021. Yesterday was my last day of paid employment, and today my retirement started with a sleep into 6:30 a.m, which will probably become the norm. I've sent messages to the two regulators that I hold licences from to say that they can cancel those now. I've got some errands to run later, a task to perform related to the sale of the house. Part of the preparation for the house sale was decluttering. I've purchased a lot of stuff for projects in Backhoom, and the house was getting pretty full. So I rented a storage unit, and we moved a lot of stuff up there. And the house is a lot less crowded than it was, very much so. I'll show you shortly. I'll take you on a bit of a tour. And my original plan was that after the sale of the house, we'd move everything back from the storage unit and relinquish that to save $479 a month. It's not cheap, but I do have a fair bit of insurance on it too, because there's a lot of stuff there. We've had 4 open for inspection sessions of half an hour so far, and there'll be about 3 more before the auction at noon on the 10th. The real estate agent feedback is fairly good so far, saying that there's multiple people who are interested enough to come back and have a second look and request the documentation, chapter 32, whatever that is. So the signs are encouraging. I did put quite a few hours into creating a owner's manual for the house, and I should ask for feedback on how many people have actually looked at that or commented on it, because I figure that will save people a lot of scratching their heads trying to figure out what goes where, how do you do this, how do you do that, and giving them some of the hints and tricks to make life easier for themselves here. It is a fairly comprehensive manual. Mind you, the house is 42 years old. I moved in here on the 11th of October 1979, so I won't be here quite 42 years, which is a long time to be in a house. And it's of the period, so it's about 14.5 squares, which is small by today's standards, and some people who have come through apparently have said not too small and moved on, which is fair enough. So it's quite possible that the next people in could say, okay, let's knock it down and build a new something new, bigger. Okay, as long as I've got their money, I don't mind. Yeah, let's take you on a bit of a tour. Just make sure I do the right thing here. Always put the neck strap on. Okay, so we're obviously in the lounge room. The bookshelves at the back there used to be full of books, but they've been boxed up, and some have gone off to Mildura already, and the remainder are in the storage unit in boxes. And the plan is that Jabida and I will actually go for a road trip and take them up to Mildura. This is where I spend a lot of my time, because I have my pretty good setup here with the secondary computer screen as the TV, and yeah, very nice, but hopefully the next person finds it useful too. Through into here we have the sort of the sitting room and dining area, and a wife who is quite camera shy. Smile. Yep. We will miss our nice kitchen. This was updated in 2010, and the mission brief to the kitchen guy was, don't need a Rolls Royce, want a BMW, lived with a Daewoo for years. And he didn't quite understand what I meant until I went out and bought $12,000 worth of appliances, at which point he says, oh, okay, I get it. Okay, all this gear is going to Backhoom with us, including the clothes dryer, which I thought would be of limited utility up there, but Jabida says, no, there are days up there when you really could benefit from that. So, okay. It sucks a lot more power than would be available to a normal domestic user up there, but we're going to do a lot of changes to the house up there to make it handle generating its own power. Okay, guest bedroom. Not many guests available. We'll find a bed at the moment. Some of those, well, all of those cupboards there need emptying out yet. That table is one I made at school, so yes, there will go as a family heirloom. All this stuff's been largely emptied out. Yeah, empty suitcases. This electric bidet toilet thing will actually stay, because I bought 2 more new ones to take to Bakong. They are great. Get one. And when people are hoarding toilet paper, it need not worry you, because you don't need much when you have one of these. This is the really, really decadent bathroom, which they've made a bit of a selling point, along with the kitchen, in the advertising for this house. That went in 1995, I think, from memory. Rather decadent. It's good. Master bedroom. Yeah, ensuite shower and basin in there. Nothing really notable about it. This was the 3rd bedroom notionally, but it's for a long time it's been storeroom, computer room. This room was absolutely chock-a-block. I had shelves along that wall over there up to the level of the air conditioner. Lots of stuff stacked in them, lots of stuff stacked on the floor. Barely room to get access to the wine fridge and freezer. There were more shelves there. All that computer gear, that's all going to Bakong, apart from this guy. This is the router connected to the fibre to the premises NBN. So somebody's going to get good internet access. I did have a speed test on this one day where the download was over 860 megabits per second. So it's possible. So let's wander on. Now I'll take you outside. And hopefully this thing is focusing nicely, because this is take 2. I did actually have take 1 where the first half of it was not focused. If necessary, I'll have take 3 on a different camera. Those tables and chairs, focus, damn you, focus. There we go. Those tables and chairs, they will be going to Bakong. Everything's going, and the barbecue. Everything's going. Close that door so that your motor doesn't freeze. I was never a keen gardener, but when I married Jabida and discovered that she liked gardening, I thought, right, I'll build some garden beds. And this one closest to us, since that's between the west wall of the house and the westerly fence, it gets the least sun, so I thought I'll make that into a hothouse. And that's got chilies in there at the moment. Hopefully the next people who live here like chilies, because there are some potent ones in there. They will get onions and potatoes, and that is a finger lime, which doesn't really like the cold weather that much, I've found, so it might be quite some time before it produces anything, if at all. Over here we have the 5-graft citrus. There's a company called internet site fruitsaladtrees.com.au. They will do multi-graft citrus and apple or pear type varieties as well. This is a 5-graft tree. It has lemons, limes, mandarins, winter oranges and summer oranges. I've had everything off it except mandarins. I haven't seen those yet. but yeah, it's a good healthy tree. Over there we have a Meyer lemon, because this one wasn't producing enough lemons, so yeah, can't have too many lemons. Bit of a squelchy backyard here. When there's heavy rains it does tend to puddle here. That's a ladder I'm going to be taking up to the storage unit later. You'll see why when we take it up there. I'll just open the lock on the door here. Okay, so pretty much everything in here is going to backhaul. The only things that won't be going are the electric lawnmower, because there's no lawn up there to mow, and that bit of vinyl which is left over from the floor in the kitchen and laundry. I really do want to take all these bits of offcuts of metal and wood and polycarbonate for various, it's always good material for projects, and I'd really like to have that up there, but I recognise that yeah, it may get chunked sadly. A lot of valuable stuff in here. One task I've got to do before long, in fact I've bought the LED strips for it, is my LED strip lighting in here, which is run off a couple of old recycled UPS batteries, and outside we have a solar panel to charge those via this little regulator. These strips, you probably won't be able to tell, but they are very, very much dimmer than they would be normally. So I think probably the heat over the few years has killed those. So I will replace those with a new 5 metre strip I've bought, which is sitting on the desk next to my monitor at the moment. So that's one of my projects. To do that I need to go and visit Bunnings and get some more silicone sealant to use it to stick it up to the ceiling. All mine's run out. Oops. So that's the second run through visiting the household. Hopefully we're in focus this time. I won't bother with what the combination is on the lock. Righto, let's carry on. What I realised I didn't show you was the outside of the house at the front. So yes, so if you excuse the dirty car, I like the nice protective layer of dirt. And it's a nice quiet court. Being on the left hand side as we go up it, like I am, there's no problem with cars turning and putting their headlights through your windows or anything. There's Chris the neighbour. So that's where I live currently. Okay folks, it's the next day and here we are at the storage container. The storage unit. Bring it along for a look. As you can see, it's a bit full. So, in order for the removal guys to be able to estimate what's in there, I figured I could bring down the extendable ladder. Velcro tie on it, but the Velcro tie won't hold it. It's doing whatever it wants to. So, right. Come with me. So as you can, oh yes, I mentioned the books, all these Meagle Room boxes, and cherry boxes, the coconut water boxes are all books that are going to go to Mildura. Okay, let's ascend the mountain. Okay, so it's already apparent that things are stacked higher at the front here than at the back, which happens because as you're putting things in, it starts out at one level and then you find, oh, I've got a bit more in, and levels rise. So I figured that I can't just have removalists estimate on what they can see at the front here. I've got to give them this view over the back. So, right. No way I can get on this back of the house. Okie dokie. Yeah, so lots and lots of stuff. There's quite a few empty boxes here for things that will be packed up back at the house once we have the move on. But like the weather station, that's going to come. But yeah, masses of stuff. You don't realise what you accumulate over 40 years. That'll do for here now. I'll put the trolley back in and go away and see whether I can edit this into something sensible. Catch you later.